Hey guys, it's Persephone. Welcome to the first bookish video on my channel. Now, I had big plans for this video. I did a lot of writing to prepare, and I had all this stuff that I thought I was going to talk about. And then I went on an adventure, an acquisition adventure. To try to find the new Alice Feeney book. And today I realized that's a much more fun story than whatever else I was going to do. So I'm going to share with you my adventure to acquire Alice Feeney's new book. Spoiler alert, I did get it. My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. Now let me tell you, Alice Feeney is my favorite author, I think. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I would put above her. She's definitely in my top 5, but I think if I were hard pressed to if somebody was like, no, gun to head, you have to tell me your favorite author, Alice Feeney. It's Alice Feeney. So she's, even on a low buy year for books, for me, she's an auto buy every year. Whatever she writes, I'm going to buy it. I've read, I think, more than half of her catalog I've read. I have all of them. One thing I would like to do this year is to read every Alice Feeney book there is that I have not read yet. But I've read His and Hers, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Daisy Darker. The first one I read was Sometimes I Lie, which I loved. Loved. I read Beautiful Ugly. So anyway, that's Alice Feeney. I love. So her new book, My Husband's Wife, was an add-on option for Book of the Month this month. So of course I added it to my box, and I was waiting patiently to get my Book of the Month box. In fact, my box was very delayed because of My Husband's Wife, waiting for that book. And then I get my box and it's missing My Husband's Wife. So, and this was just yesterday. It took that long for my Book of the Month box to come. This is already, what is today? Today is January 22nd, the day I'm recording this. And I ordered my box at the beginning of the month. So, my box comes, there's no book. I wrote to Book of the Month, and they basically came back with, oops, we're real sorry that we did that. That sucks, but we can't send you the book by itself. They couldn't send it by itself. I don't understand. So they're like, we're going to give you a credit in your account and you can order it next month. I don't want to wait till next month. Are you kidding me? I'm a book addict. So I got this message while I was at Target, and I was like, oh, Target always has new release books and they're 30% off. So let me check Target. I walked those book aisles. I walked them 4 times. No Alice Feeney, My Husband's Wife. So I go home. I'm like, oh, I have a Books A Million 5 minutes down the road. I look it up online. They have it in stock. It's 30% off. I purchased it for in-store pickup, did a couple things around the house, left, went to pick up my book. I get there. They're like, oh, we're so sorry, but we sold the last copy about 5 minutes before we saw your order come in. So, did I feel like the universe was conspiring against me getting this book? Not gonna lie, a little bit. I felt like that a little bit. But at this point, rather than cry, I pulled up my big girl panties. I was like, I'm gonna find this book. I'm gonna find this book. So I drove a couple towns over, about 25 minutes away, not that far, over by my sister's house. So it was no big deal. And I went to Barnes and Noble. And they had it. But I was going to get it for like $11.99 from Book of the Month as an add-on. And then I was willing to pay the 19 something for it being 30% off at Books A Million. I was like, Barnes & Noble is going to charge me full price for this book. I just know it. So I go up to the register and I said to the guy, I was like, I don't suppose you honor like other stores' discounts or anything like that, do you? And he was like, no, I'm sorry, we don't. And he scans the book and he's like, oh, but this one's 30% off. So there we go, win. I told him my whole story too. Shortened version. And he said, well, first of all, he said they were about to sell out of this at Barnes & Noble. They only had a few copies left. And then he said, oh, you have a $5 credit. Would you like to use that? And I said, yes, sir, I would. So I ended up getting this today in my little hands for $16 for this nice new hardcover Alice Feeney, my husband's wife. And I do intend to start it tonight. So probably the next time you see me talk about books, I'm going to be talking about this book. I do imagine. Yeah. And I'm posting an extra book video, I do believe next week, because there is a 5th Thursday in the month. And Thursday is typically first and third Thursdays. I do a tarot video. And then second and fourth Fridays, I do a book video. This is what I've decided for now. We'll see if this continues, but this is my schedule. But with a 5th Thursday, I think I'm going to have to talk about this book because I got nothing else planned. And I think you're going to want to know because it's Alice Feeney and it looks phenomenal. So before I go, why don't I read to you, for those of you who don't know what this book is about, let me tell you what it says inside the jacket. 1 house, 1 husband, 2 women, someone is lying. Eden Fox, an artist on the brink of her big break, sets off for a run before her first exhibition. When she returns to the home she recently moved into, Spyglass, an enchanting old house in Hope Falls, nothing is as it should be. Her key doesn't fit. A woman eerily similar to her answers the door, and her husband insists the stranger is his wife. I'm not going to read any more than that because I like to go in mostly blind to a book. That's all I need to know. If you want to read more, you can look it up. But I will let you know how it goes. And I will let you know, I'll let you know what my sister thinks. Because I was telling my sister this story and she was like, what is with this book? Why does everybody want this book so much? I'm like, well, Alice Feeney's amazing. And this is what the book is about. She was like, what? She was like, okay, we'll read it first. And if it's any good and if it has a good ending, let me know and I'll read it. So there you have it. I will be back in another video shortly telling you all about what I thought of my husband's wife. So stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Bye.